And we're back now with the Naruto M blog. Of course, I am James S. Cassidy, and we have guests this one.
For
Hooray.
life.
You just heard them on the podcast, now you're hearing them here.
Yep. And then, love me, hate me, can't live without me, manga reader.
But this one, we're talking about plot inconsistencies, and okay, well, this was discussion started between me and MangaReader because we started thinking about all these things. Like, wait a minute, yeah. So,
How does this work? All the mind puzzling, backstabbing,
so where do you guys want to start?
plot inconsistencies, you
Yeah.
name it.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it.
So, where do you
Except
guys want to start?
Hmm.
Well, I wasn't in this discussion, so I don't know what you.
You want to start with
Well,
the Rinnegan?
basically, should we start with the Rinnegan, or should we start with the thing that forms into the Rinnegan, or should we start with...
Let's start with the Rinnegan because it's been a big thing.
Yeah, why not?
thought that was-
It's
I
been
thought
the thing lately. It's been the end-all, be-all of the
Yeah,
death
so,
of
uh,
God.
this was starting about with the Rinnegan. So, we know that the Sage of Six Powers had the Rinnegan. We know that Madara had the Rinnegan. We know that Madara unlocked the Rinnegan by combining his DNA with Hashirama's DNA, and we found out that the only reason why he was able to unlock such a thing is because he and Hashirama are in reincarnations of the two sons of the Sage of Six Paths.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Everyone following?
Yes. Yes.
Did the
Yes,
sun
sir.
unlock
Okay.
the Rinnegan? I can't even remember anymore.
So now we find out that Madara's eyes were given to Nagato. Correct?
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when given to Nagato, they were deactivated.
Phew.
Now Nagato isn't Uzumaki, and he unlocks the Rinnegan due to a traumatic event.
Much like another eye technique that we'll eventually get to.
Yeah.
But this time it's some... this time we learn the Rinnegan, and originally we all thought, oh, it's just some separate eye technique that gives you the power of the gods. Like,
And we thought it was an Uzumaki thing.
Or, well, yeah, probably. Yeah, all right. I just originally thought it was just whoever was given
Just like
the
a
god
random,
eyes for some
yeah,
reason.
like the wood technique, like it's just randomly given to someone every now and then.
Yeah, just like someone could use it, but wasn't like born with the power or whatever. But then later on down the line, we figure out, oh no, it was given to him by Madara.
Yeah,
And
more
then-
specifically Obito.
Or, yeah, Obito, which also, at that point, we learned that the Rinnegan is not its own eye technique, but an evolution of the Uchiha's Sharingan. So that makes
But
me
not
wonder...
every Uchiha can unlock this.
Yeah, but apparently every Uchiha we know can unlock the Sharingan, but not every...
Yeah.
whatever. That was another inconsistent... Anyway.
Anyway, so
Then we
Obito-
get onto that, so somehow Obito, or Nagato, went straight from no eye technique to just jumping to Rinnegan without having to activate the Sharingan, then activate the Makingekyo Sharingan, then activate the Rinnegan. No, he just jumped straight from regular Nagato to Pain of the Six Paths Nagato.
Yeah.
And then those eye powers that he had, it's like, wow, this guy is unstoppable, it seems. And then we realized that Sage Mode can somehow take on 6 when it's perfected. And that those eyes had a time limit for it, one of its most deadliest abilities that no one appears to want to use.
Yeah, so, well, yeah. Well, apparently we had established rules by this time, what the Rinnegan is, what it does. It's powerful, but it has flaws kind of thing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
then Obito takes one of the eyes and implants it. Just one of them. Just one. Not both
We
of
all
them, just one.
Yeah, we all thought that it was just for the Kamui and the whole, oh, I need the Sharingan in one eye and then the Rinnegan
Yeah.
in one
Now,
eye.
Obito has Senju DNA in him. And Madara is specific about this, that he says he implanted Senju DNA thanks to a white Zetsu that he used to regenerate his body with, and now he could use wood techniques. And he has been shown to use wood techniques. Not extensively like Hashirama does, but enough.
Yeah, and they're actually still quite powerful too. That's another thing. It's like, why does everyone now seem to have the wood power?
Well, yeah, well, everybody that injects DNA of Hashirama can get the wood power, but if
Everyone
it's a
has
direct
access.
descendant, they don't get anything.
Yeah, everyone has access to Hashirama cells apparently.
And what? Why
That's
that?
funny.
And why the hell? Like, where the hell is Hashirama's original body then? I mean, haven't they kept it under like lock and key or something like that, knowing this could possibly happen? No.
No, Orochimaru got it. Madara cloned his body and then now is using
he
it to
cloned his
form
body?
Zetsu. Yeah, it was
Clone
like
is-
it was either the clone or the original because I know that it was in
This
with
one is the original, but I'll find out later.
it looked too young to be the original, in
That
my
is
opinion.
true. Unless he did a Tsunade moment, make him young.
Make him young. But that would be
You know.
weird. Why would he like keep him? It seemed more.
Young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not young.
Maybe he
but
loves
why
him
would
like
he?
that.
Why would he not just enact his revenge automatically instead of like waiting all this time to do some weird shit? He could have just taken control of the village and been done with it. No, I don't know. I think it was a clone of his cells or something. But
Yeah.
doesn't really matter.
I'll
If it's
find
the,
feel
I
like
gotta
have
think
to
that I
reread
don't
this
think
whole thing. Go on.
unless he's dead. I think it has to be a clone because how was he revived with the Ito
I just
Tensei?
want to know how this whole Zetsu process even began. I feel like a lot of answer to
The
whatever
Gizu, the whatever the statue I thought was the whole Zetsu clan wood tech. I don't even know anymore. That one's a mystery.
As we speak right here, I'm like looking at the chapter. As much as this thing is slow to load up, I'm like right back at when Obito finally wakes up from coma and just meet Madara. I'm just like going slowly but surely getting my answer to see what the heck is going on. So there you go.
But this is about the Rinnegan, not about Hashirama.
Well, I'm actually going to. That's why. Well, that's the reason why I'm. Well, yeah, that's true too. But I'm actually. My first attention was going after the Nagato explanation. Barely one, but whatever. There you go. There you go.
Oh, okay, but so now Obito with one eye displayed one similar power, and the rest he didn't really do. He didn't do Almighty Push. He just did the six pass ability, which is fine. Okay, that's somewhat understandable because I guess. And now Obito, it's described that Obito had to use all his power and focus just to use that ability, which is weird.
Yeah.
Later down the road, Madara
Remember-
gets revived due to Edo Tensei. Now, he doesn't start out with the Edo Tensei. I mean, sorry, with the Rinnegan. He doesn't start out with the Sharingan. He starts out with normal eyes. He transforms him into the Sharingan and the Mangekyo Sharingan. And then when he's pushed again, he transforms them back into Rinnegan, but he never changes back into the Sharingan. Ever.
Right. Yeah. So that one's at this point it almost feels like it's a guaranteed lock that Rinnegan cannot be turned off.
So how was it turned off already?
What's
Just,
turned off?
reset?
Well,
Did it
we know
reset?
that he used implanted new
Sharingan?
eyes. Yeah, new Sharingan eyes because he gave up the Rinnegan to Nagato. So that might have been a reason for him to have shut off eyes. I don't know. Because then we realize when Nagato gets revived, he's got turned on Rinnegan. Even though they've been stolen and they're not his eyes.
It's funny how they never show Nagato in a normal eyes, if he even have normal eyes.
His hair was
be
always
honest.
covering it, yeah.
Yeah, that's always seems like a intentional reason for it, and I guess that's why they try to make us so confused, which we are right now as we speak. It's the confusion, like how this whole Rinnegan even work. So
Yeah.
that's the reason.
Yeah, and Nagato gets revived with Edo Tensei, and he has the Rinnegan. Now, the problem is that people are like, well, that makes sense because he died with it, but it's not his original eyes. It's been expressed that it is Madara's eyes that were implanted, so wouldn't he be brought back with his original eyes, not the ones that Madara gave him? Because now some people said that, well, the Edo Tensei revised them what they were before they died. Uh, okay, it makes sense until you realize that Sasori was brought back fully, not just a heart in a container in a puppet.
Yeah, it was the same body that Kabuto was now using. It was like, whoa. Tensei is weird.
Yeah, so like, how do you explain that one? Now Sasori's being brought back as he was before he turned himself into a puppet.
I know this is a little bit off topic, with all apologies I have to say, but I found the confirmation how the Moon Eye plan works, and it is one under one roof rather than you get this dream, you get that dream. It is the Matrix style. It says it right here with if I'm connected to the Monzo, I can use the power to create anything, no matter how detailed, like this. With this Genjutsu, I can create a world exactly as I want it, and then I just have to cast my Genjutsu on people and drag them inside that world too.
Weird.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's Matrix style. So I don't even know how it's gonna work if people who actually, I'm not gonna go off topic.
Well, what if
Let's
he wanted to
continue.
make a world that was? What if he wanted to make again a Tsukiyomi that went into people's minds and gave them exactly what they wanted in their own Tsukiyomi world?
That mean, that mean from the sounds of it, that means a strong-willed person could actually resist going into the infinite Tsukuyomi.
Which could be the reason how they get out of it. But anyway, this is sidestepping.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue the topics.
Although that was a pretty interesting point, because that was a weird inconsistency that may pop up eventually. But as of right now, we don't know what it could happen. So
yeah. So we
back
got
to the
that.
Rinnegan.
Yeah. Later on, Madara gets one of his eyes back. You know, that Obito somehow gave it to the White Zetsu, and now White Zetsu gave it back to Madara because he's obviously under control. Okay, that makes sense. Going forward more, jumping ahead, now we have Sakura, where Obito's telling Sakura to destroy the Rinnegan, and he says to her, I couldn't implant both eyes into my sockets, and I thought to myself, why?
Okay. Let me try to answer your part of why. I just got to the chapter where he's like, where Naobito found Nagato, and he's saying this. Do you see that? Do you see the eyes of that red hair guy? Is that Madara's Rinnegan? It's Madara's real eyes. He transplanted them on him when he was still a boy without realizing it. Nagato is from the Senju lineage. He's the only person besides Madara able to summon Gendo Manzo. I don't know this actually. The fact that maybe his heritage came from Senju, purely from Senju, probably suggests that there's a reason why he could handle it. It's like the body could handle, but the Uchiha body is not really good at handling anything unless you do all that crazy stuff. I don't know. But I'm only
That just
guessing.
seems weird.
But
It is weird, I know.
Because it's an Uchiha ability, so you would figure.
didn't
Why would the
Obito
Senju
did
be
summon the
able
Gito
to-
Mazo after he got the Rinnegan to
Yeah, he
take
did summon it. Yeah,
later on in the story?
Okay. According to
he summoned it
Obito,
pretty early in the battle too, to
According to
attack Choji and all them.
according to Obito flashback, it says I was able to. Oh, this is what Madara said in his flashback in his mind. I was able to get my hands on Hashirama Senju cells, but even after transplanting them in my womb, nothing happened in the beginning. But when my lifespan was almost over, I awakened Rinnegan. At the same time, I also let's see. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything that says it. I'm like looking at this part to try to answer that question about this whole Nagato stuff works. Like I said, you know what what the thing is. I feel like we're missing the point of view from Madara. I just want to know how he even, why. I mean, like I understand Nagato is a Uzumaki, that lineage to Senju, but when did he did it? When did he did it to the? When he did the whole transplant to Nagato? I guess I kind of need that answer in order to figure out everything.
Another question is why?
Yeah, that's
What was
another
the-
question. Is
Yeah,
why?
what was the whole point of that?
Yeah, I have no idea. But let me just keep. You could keep going. I'm going to try to keep finding.
All right. Well,
Hmm.
and as I said, since Obito was implanted with Senju DNA, another thing that brought up is why does Obito have problems controlling the Rinnegan, but Nagato was perfectly okay using it.
Wait, what was the question?
Like, why is Obito having trouble controlling the Rinnegan and using that's powers, but Nagato could use them like nothing?
I don't know. Just give me a second. It feels like it has to do with the heritage and the whole Uzumaki being such a high tier level of control.
And how does that explain Madara?
Madara, well, he did put Hashirama so and then literally live it with it because he was like, he had like the biggest life support of all time. So,
And so did.
and it took forever too. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
It was-
well, but again, it's going around in circles again. Like, well, he planted Senju DNA inside of him. Okay, so Madara has both the Senju and the other one, right? Yes. Okay, and now you're saying that Gato was also a. So basically, you're saying that Nagato is a descendant of Senju as well. Yes, he's not a reincarnation. No. Okay, so he was able to use that Rinnegan with that effectiveness because of that. Okay, so why wouldn't Obito be able to use it if he had implanted Senju DNA inside of him as well? Because it's like going back to the concept of, well, how did Madara control it just by implanting DNA?
Is it because it's a small portion, or like, is it because, I can't even, Zetsu. Is it because Zetsu's not truly of Senjutsu Senju heritage or whatever? That's hard to say. I mean, how far does Zetsu go in terms of being 100% Senju or not?
Well,
is it just a portion of DNA that only covers up so much?
Well, what
Or
about
is it-
Madara? Like, what did he implant in him in terms of Senju DNA?
I think it was directly Hashirama's DNA. Like, I don't think Zetsu's 100% Hashirama. At least, I don't think it. That's my only explanation. That's the only thing I can think of is Hashirama isn't 100% involved in other than the fact that he's used to form Zetsu's.
But isn't that only an explanation? There's nothing really to, like, support that.
The only thing to support that is the fact that you do see that Hashirama and Yamato are formed to make, or are put together to make the Zetsu clones. And even then, they're just seeds that transform into these wood-based people. That's the closest to an explanation. That's the closest to a possible theory you can get to, I guess, in that point.
Then what was the whole point of Kabuto putting literally Hashirama inside?
Because it was
Madara.
actual Hashirama cells? I
But
don't
then
know.
what was it before? Was that only partial? Is that the whole thing? Like,
It
then
was
what was
all
the point of
Hashirama,
Kabuto?
so it comes
what was the
down to
point
is
of Kabuto doing
Hashirama
all
the
that?
true...
for Madara, he wasn't missing body pieces in his final days. He was just he literally stick the tube to him like a life support of Senju cells. Obito case, he was missing body parts, so why not just use a Senju cell with the Zetsu parts in order to fix that problem? For Madara, there is no problem. His body is intact still. So why not just implant it like a body of it? Might as well. And it works to his favor because at least he could gather the Senju sage mode stuff. So there you go. I guess you could kind of call it plot convenience, but that's the case then.
That's extreme plot convenience.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's Kabuto's fault. Don't look at him.
But
like,
what
well,
what
damn.
did he inject inside him before Kabuto added all that?
Well, like for Senju cell stuff, right?
Yeah, but was it just Senju, like partial Senju cells that just happened to do it?
No, I mean like he wasn't. When you talk about when he was very old,
Yeah.
he was
Madara?
he was on life support.
Yeah,
he
well,
was living
no,
on
well,
the tree or whatever, or
well,
the Gizo, whatever.
like-
Yeah, but it has the whole Senju cells
But
inside.
Yeah.
whole
the idea I'm
Hashirama.
getting at is like, oh, the reason why Obito couldn't use it was because he only had partial cells and or wasn't as potent or something like that. And then I go, well,
Well-
wouldn't that apply to Madara as well? Because he didn't directly put it; he just added it. He just
Are we still talking about the Rinnegan idea approach?
no, we are, but we're talking about like why Nagato could use it with with mostly little effort, but Obito had to struggle with it.
I don't know.
And some people said, and like MangaReader says, this is because, or you even like mentioned that it's because uh Nagato is Senju, so he's able to compensate for the power, and because he has so much power, he's able to use it much easier. And I was like, okay, but with Obito, when you eject the Senju, wouldn't that compensate for it right then and there? And if it doesn't, why did it work for Madara instead, and not Obito?
Uh,
It is it because it's Madara's eyes. It's pushing it for plot purpose, though.
yeah, in a way, somewhat. Let's see.
And we haven't even gotten to the other party.
Yeah,
Well,
we haven't even gotten to the whole Rinnegan crap
Well,
yet.
we're
We're just discussing the whole.
Yeah, but the thing
I don't
is,
know.
like, let's see. Right in this part, I'm not sure this kind of say anything to your thing, but it's like half your body is made of Senju cells. Even if you don't awaken the Rinnegan, you can still control Bonzo. So in a way, it still says it's half a body. It is still Senju. It's kind of like having a Danzo, for instance.
So wouldn't that
Even
makes
though,
With
Obito
all
more
those-
potent than Madara?
well, Madara literally in him. It's like, I guess you could say, wasn't a Senju, wasn't Hashirama body right on the heart placement? That's like
I'm not
right
talking
there.
about before what Kabuto did. I'm talking
It
about
was
what Madara did on his own merit, and he didn't do that thing. That he specifically says that this thing, the with Hashirama on his chest, was specifically something that Kabuto did.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looked down and
Oh,
saw it.
you talk about the pastime. The
Yeah.
whole being.
The old
I just said
Madara?
it. I just said it. He literally used that tube. It's like injecting every part of the body. So it's like it's all over it. But it doesn't happen right away. It took him forever.
It's weird how far he could get with that tube, though. It's
Yeah, I
like,
know.
how did he even do half the shit that he did on life support?
I just read that part too. Just give me a second, quick. I'm gonna find that part. The
Then
whole
what was the
Rinnegan
need for what
thing.
Kabuto did?
What was the need for what Kabuto did?
Yeah.
Because
Kabuto
I guess he
was
wanted to
fine.
make him more powerful. He wanted to make him the trump card of the.
If you remember, he was Rinnegan, not Rinnegan. He was Ito first, so the only time he could do was having Uchiha Madara normal edition. So he's like, I could enhance it because I could have sworn I could do this. So I would just give him Senju body, and then if you revive him, you just made it worse for yourself if you become an enemy of his. So it's best to stay friend to the very end, right? It's
I
like
think-
that.
The big thing is, I think the reason he gave Madara, other than the whole trump card thing, I think it was that Madara couldn't actually use wood style
Okay.
till after that.
It's like,
After
okay,
that
let's see.
implant.
Yeah, let's see. I was able to get my hands on Hashirama cells, Senju cells, but even after transplanting them in my wound, nothing happened in the beginning. But when my lifespan was almost over, I awakened the Rinnegan. So yeah, you pretty much gotta wait a long time.
You have to wait a long ass time.
Yeah, so I still don't know the explanation on the Nagato part. This
So-
begs for a flashback before Madara finally goes to bite the dust, like, because it feels like it feels like we need one more flashback, but from not Madara's standpoint, especially right after he's supposed to die from Hashirama, but he didn't. Why?
So what you're basically saying is that the reason why Obito was having difficult was not because he didn't have the power to use it, but because he didn't have enough experience using the eye. He could have
That
been just as
too,
good.
but
He could have been
That
just
might
as
have been.
powerful as Nagato with it, but because he didn't have it for that long, he didn't
could
know
say
how to
that.
distribute the. He didn't have practice with it, so he had no experience. So like,
He only put one eye in, and then
yeah.
I mean,
that might have been it.
I think one of the panels says something about like he would just teach him something. Let me see. He says
Because you notice that Nagato got it as a little kid, and then he grew up. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he seemed to get more powerful as he seemed going. So basically, it's not a matter of what you're made of. Get it?
Stupid.
So it's not a matter of what you're made of. It's what you can do with experience. your ability to use abilities wisely. Sort of like soccer, where she's not the most powerful, but she has the best chakra control.
Yeah, you could I guess you could say everybody has their own different attributes to make them work with some certain gestures or so. It's like if you were to give Sakura, I don't know, I don't even know how the Uzumaki part works, but let's say if you give her a cell Uzumaki where her chakra expand greatly, probably, I don't know, I don't know how that works, but if it does work that way, then you could just say she's gonna be a hell of a fighter, like beyond belief, because you could give her that. I mean, think about it. You could do so many Jessus, and she would still have a lot to go. Way much a lot to go. Like, oh my god, you just did like 80,000 Grim Reapers Jessu. I forgot the name again, but you did so many of that. You could still do more. You could do like probably 40,000 more. Why? Because, the chakra control. And the fact you got the chakra spam of Uzumaki, you're pretty much godlike. But back to this. I don't know what's the explanation on Nagato. Again, I feel like this begs a flashback from the Madara standpoint. I feel like this should be a flashback because there's a lot of question that hasn't been answered on his world. His surviving from Hashirama, where he supposedly died and somehow managed to escape death. Yes, you could still argue with the moon. I mean, not the Moon Eye plan. What I'm thinking, you can still argue about the whole Sharingan Izanagi. I forgot the name. You can still argue about that, but we just need a clear confirmation from that, and some other stuff, especially like the whole probably like I found Obito. What should I do? I should kill him, or I should make him as my new Madara. All this planning, how you get Hashirama cells, and so forth. I feel like there needs to be a one last flashback before everything finally ends for Madara.
Yeah, it's odd how things have worked for that so far. Hard to say. I'm just gonna repeat myself by saying I don't know, but I know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
You know?
You know. Stop with the you know.
So
you know.
we got Madara. He gains both his eyes back, which, by the way, is another ass pull in itself. Not him getting his eyes back, but the fact that his Rinnegan eyes are all of a sudden having different abilities than any other person who had the same eyes. Like, where'd this limbo thing come from? Why didn't he use it against the fighting against Guy? And we was using it with only one eye, and then now he has two, and now he can create 4 or 5 of them now.
These limbo techniques, and then we'll eventually have to get into that too. But right now, the only thing that I think me and Sparta agree, or well, in this case, Nursucker for Life, agreed that maybe Guy was just going way too fast for him to even counter.
Yeah, that and maybe Madara was just having too much fun. I mean, he
wanted to experience pain. I wanted to experience true pain.
God, hurt me more, dog. Please. I'm fucking crazy.
You got piss in my mouth.
And what else?
Just like one of my Japanese anime.
God, shut up! You're so annoying.
But the rules,
maybe he just did. Maybe Guy wasn't a good limbo player. Who knows?
He hit the bar. He hit the bar, so he killed the people holding it. But now the Rinnegan is doing all these other things that have never been shown to do before, and we have to wonder why Nagato or Obito never used these kind of techniques. I mean, I guess it's because they don't have the same knowledge of it. But is this something that only Madara can do with the Rinnegan, or is this something that the Rinnegan can do? Period, and just nobody else could use it but Madara because he has the most experience with it.
I'd say the latter. What you just said.
What, that Madara was the only one that had enough experience to actually use it?
Yeah, because I just read the panel where he was like, where he was like, do your thing, go be friend with Nagato. So before you do that, I'm gonna teach you all the Uchihas Kenjetsus and then the Rikodo stuff. And I guess Obito managed to only do the paths and Gido Manzu summon, and that's it.
And then Nagato only could get the 6
So pretty much,
paths, and then yeah.
so pretty much Madara was experienced, and obviously he can't train Nagato because he's dead. So Nagato pretty much got to do it on his own.
Hard to say. I don't know. Again, hard to say. Hard to say. No. In this case, I'm just gonna go with.
Well, that's the
because reasons.
Because of reasons. We already all
agreed
agreed that most of this probably has to do more with plot than anything.
Well,
what I've come to at this point is Kish doesn't want the same thing to happen multiple times with the Rinnegan, because then that just becomes stale in a fight, because you already know Naruto won with just pure Sage Mode alone against Nagato, 6 Paths of Pain. So when Obito finally put the Rinnegan in, he had a slightly lesser involvement, but mainly merged his Sharingan and the Rinnegan with the Biju. And then
yeah,
or the Jinchuriki in this case, but I mean,
who were revived not with their tail beasts, even though people can be revived with abilities they don't own.
Yeah. And then with Madara, he's also doing different abilities. And then we don't even know what the hell Sasuke's Rinnegan is at this point.
Besides stop motion.
Stop motion or something.
Maybe that is.
Maybe he freezes time and then moves without moving or whatever. Creates illusions now.
And we don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
It's just like we have no clue what Sasuke's Rinnegan actually does other than see things not of this plane.
We're just supposed to believe that Naruto and Sasuke have a transcended normal ninja.
Yeah.
Without telling us how it works.
So basically what we're saying is the Rinnegan changes with the rules depending on the person who has the Rinnegan.
For plot's sake, yes.
Yeah. And for Obito to not plant both Rinnegans in both his eyes, it could be a matter of I didn't want to because I want the power of the Kamui, to I didn't do it because Kishimoto wanted me to keep the Kamui dimension so I could take everybody there and get my other eye stolen by Madara while in that dimension. Otherwise, how could he steal the eye if I didn't go to Kamui? If I had both his eyes, how could he gain his eyes back?
Wait, what were we talking about? I just got back. Sorry.
Oh, Kamui.
We were talking about how the Rinnegan has, depending on the person who wields it, has different rules and abilities related to it.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Although it's funny that because Madara had the Rinnegan, or because he had the Sharingan, Makagekyo Sharingan, I don't know why he's not using Susanoo right now. I mean, if he doesn't use it at all, then I don't know anymore. I thought he was supposed to be like OP of the OP, and he's not using Susanoo right now, so
here's a question.
God help us when he uses Susanoo.
Here's a question. Why did Madara close his eyes? Did he just close them and just don't use them anymore, or he literally just did a random Izanagi? He's like, I just wasted both of them. I'm so cocky.
Was that Madara, or was it
the Madara after revival? Right after he got revived, and then he decided to close them eyes. He's like,
He had no eyes in there.
Wow.
Yeah, when he was his eyes got destroyed or something or like that. It's like the Rinnegan weren't part of him because they weren't. When he was revived, he didn't have his eyes in him. That's why.
Really? I didn't even notice. Hold on, let me look at the chapter.
Yeah, his eyes from the Edo Tensei disintegrated when he was brought back to life. And
okay.
I was under those weren't his original eyes. One of the Zetsus had one of the eyes, apparently, somehow.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. He's like, I got it. I remember. No, you're right.
And then Obito had the other one, so...
I was under the impression that he just closed them. Like, I don't need his eyes. There we go.
So should we get to? So yeah, that's the only reason why I can think why Sasuke and Madara aren't using any of the other abilities of the Rinnegan that Nagato used, and why Obito didn't use any of the other abilities.
Sasuke is understandable because he
Well,
just got
maybe
it.
with Sasuke, but I mean with Madara, you'd figure the Almighty Push was one of the most broken abilities in this whole manga
Oh yeah, I see
for
it
good
now.
reason. I don't know
I
why
see it.
he why
Yeah,
he
I see it now.
hasn't.
His eyes disappear. Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. Okay, thanks. Anyway,
Yep. We all make mistakes.
like I said, I gotta
Except for
reread
me,
this
I'm
arc.
perfect.
Oh, okay.
Like, like I said, I gotta reread this arc. This has been way too long.
Well, it feels like it's been going on forever, and reality has it
It
that
may, yeah, it's
it's
just
been
it
the
doesn't.
same day.
It's funny when somebody
Three
said
three
we've
years
been.
of manga is only 1 day time in the show.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. Who would have thought second day would have been the longest? The first day wasn't that long.
Yeah, the first day was just Naruto training up or whatever, and then it's like, oh, okay.
You know what we need? A montage. If you want time to pass quickly, you're gonna need a montage. A montage.
Is that regular show?
No, that's
Uh,
Team America.
oh, Team America? 'Cause
Yeah.
they do montages a lot of
If you
times.
wanna train for a lifetime in a minute, you're gonna need a montage. A montage.
Because we're doing things
Mm.
quicker that people don't want to explain. That was also in Back to the Barnyard. I forgot montage, singing music so people don't have to watch what you're explaining has to do.
Yeah.
It comes with it.
I'm surprised the White Zetsu didn't tell like Madara handing his eye. Are you sure you don't want to wash these off before you put them in?
You know, it's funny how these things could be so maintainedly clean. Like these eyes are like very clean, sir.
I found out
Like,
Nagato had herpes. What?
Ah,
these were white. These were white when I got them.
these were white when I bought them. They were yellow. Oh god! Oh god!
You know, it's crazy how these eyes are like.
Bring in the boys. You have
cra-
age. That's what Madara that you have age.
It's crazy. It's crazy how these Rinnegan could really be. This Rinnegan has none but like spirals all day. I mean, not spiral, but circles through the whole eyeball. It's just weird to think that way.
And why is Madara's like? Why is the Rinnegan that Kaguya and Sasuke have spiraled with Tomite? It's Tomite. I can't say him.
Tomoe.
Tomoe's, but the one the
But-
Stage of Six Pass had, and Madara's do not.
That's Rinnegan. That's just from the birth. The middle eyes came from the Jubi itself.
Okay, but Sasuke is that one, and it is the Rinnegan.
Because
Yeah,
he
the
needs one-
Rinnegan.
So why
It's
isn't
just
the Stage of Six Pass and Madara's the same?
Hard to say.
Stage six fat because well, like having both of their eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, just because he's left-handed. That's why his left eye became just only one part.
And it even
Same.
goes even more far into question. Even if his eyes started out as this like imperfect Rinnegan, as I'm gonna dub it for right now,
Mm-hmm.
why didn't he gain the Tomoe in the Rinnegan after he became the Ten-Tailed Jinchuriki?
It's hard.
Hey,
Wow.
you know,
Wait, say again. Say it one more time.
Why didn't he to the Tomoe?
Yeah. Sasuke's Rinnegan and the one that Madara has now in the middle of his forehead, and Kaguya's Rinnegan. It is the Rinnegan because it's
It is.
they all have Tomoes in them. It's always the color with the Tomoes in them,
I
and
feel like
that's
that
what
is.
Sasuke.
Because you
is.
need two eyes apparently for whatever reason.
I feel like that is Rinnegan original state rather than it's being separated into twos. Because if you do it separate into twos, eliminate one, the other one is super weak and it won't do good. Even though having one big one could be
Class studying.
Easier.
Why the hell is Sasuke's like that?
because it's only one eye instead of both eyes. If it was granted both eyes, it would have been both Rinnegan without Spyro. But since it's just
Oh.
gonna be one eye, it's just gonna be one big Rinnegan rather than two super space. Let's like it start. I mean, Kaguya doesn't have Rinnegan in her normal eyes. They're just eyes.
Normalize.
Well,
Yeah.
no, they said that she had the Byakugan.
Well, whatever. The point is, there wasn't Rinnegan. They
Yeah,
were
that's another
just-
thing. How could she have the Rinnegan, the Byakugan, and the Sharingan?
She just ate the fruit.
Because
ate
she
the
can.
fruit. She ate the fruit. She's
That
the
makes me
origin.
wonder, does
So
Sasuke have the Byakugan?
I don't know if I don't know because it sounds like the Byakuga comes from her normal eyes. Put it this way. She
Mutated
comes
from the
she
chakra.
yes. You know what I mean? Like put it this way. She comes in there, she's very normal. She eats the fruit, her both eyes become Byakugan, then she gain the middle eyes, and that's where the Sharingan and the Rinnegan and all that craziness is in there.
So,
Yeah.
so could you say that the Byakugan and the Sharingan are actually brothers and sons to the Rinnegan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could say that.
It's funny because I remember back in part 1, wasn't Byakugan said to be better than the Sharingan? And then it like totally got hand wiped.
I think that the real term they said it was is originated from them or something like that.
Or
Hold on,
at
let me
least
look at
in
it up.
terms of visual jutsu, Byakugan was said to be better than Sharingan, and then it was like all it got hand wiped. The Byakugan
Yeah.
was like the
Yeah.
less important as it went on.
Yeah, but it's just funny how in a way he managed to brought that back up and made it seem like I'm not brushing that off. Who said that?
Well, they only said it was a legend.
Well, that was Kakashi that said it, and then it's like, what?
blame Kakashi then.
Yeah. Blame,
Well,
Because
I'm gonna-
blame Kakashi for his misinformation. You suck.
Kakashi also explained the 10 gates or the 8 gates, and then it was like, oh, you'll die once you activate the 8th gate, and it was like, well, that didn't happen either. So, darn it, Kakashi.
I'm just looking at the house. Well, I'm still trying to find it. Give me a second.
But then again, Naruto had a hand in that one, so guy would have died.
That's true too.
So
I still don't know what's his ability.
Naruto made Kakashi a liar. Blame him.
I still don't know what's his ability. Damn it.
But yeah,
Oh, here we go. They say that Uchiha clan's origins lie with the Hyuga clan. Ah, actually, it does work. I think. Let me see.
Huh.
Wow, it actually did not retcon.
So Sasuke marries Hinata. Boom.
Yeah.
so if you combine the Byakugan with the Sharingan, do you get the Rinnegan?
I don't think that's the case. I think you just.
Why the fuck not?
You
It seems to
would've
make
thought of that.
sense.
You know,
You get the Rinnegan.
You know, if the Hokage got explained much earlier before saying, you know, if you just need Senju and the Uchiha eyeballs, you're good. If that was explained, then I would assume the same too. Hyuga plus Uchiha equals Kaguya. You
So
would've
is it
said that.
is it a so what is it? I mean, like what is the Byakugan? Is it some kind of birth defect or an after effect of
It's
the Rinnegan?
It's weird. You have no pupils and your eyes bulge.
You become very veiny.
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought-
that's it. The Vade, whatever.
You know, I thought Kakashi said it's stronger than Sharingan. I would have been laughing, but it says in insight.
Yeah.
Past the
Basically, in
Sharingan.
terms of visual, it's supposed to be more
okay.
powerful.
I was about to say, I'm like, ha 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 ha. I was about to do that, but never mind. But
Yeah, I got it wrong initially. What I meant to say was, in terms of visual jutsu, it's
Yeah.
supposed to be stronger, but even now, it doesn't even feel like it.
Nothing makes sense.
I think it makes. Well, what do you mean that it makes sense? I think it makes sense because Kaguya, again, she ate the fruit. She's the beginning of all. She's literally goddess. I can't say god because she's, it's goddess. So
So it's indirectly born from the Rinnegan, basically.
Yes.
I try to explain this perfectly. Okay, I feel like Rinnegan is just a whole new eye ability. It's the fruit is what you want the most if you want everything. I mean, Rinnegan could give you a lot of things too, but I feel like the fruit will give you everything, no limitation. It gives you, the Rinnegan could give you the ability to learn every elemental, sure, but what if you want to learn every single piece of known to mankind? Dojetsus, ninjutsus, taijutsu, or the jutsus?
Oh,
The
the
fruit is your yeah. The
Jetsus.
fruit is the answer. That's what I feel like.
So okay, so I guess that kind of blows your theory out the water, MangaReader.
What my
What's his
theory?
theory?
That the Sharingan transforms into the Rinnegan.
Well, how is that a theory? It was already proven that the Sharingan transforms into the Rinnegan. Like, Kabuto already confirmed that back when Madara awakened the Rinnegan.
And there's so many other things that go against that.
I know, but that's what the manga says, so...
The manga says a lot of things. That doesn't mean it's true.
Oh, okay.
Madara
now
has
we're just-
single-handedly destroyed several histories of shit just with his existence.
Damn it, man. You're supposed to be
Damn.
dead. Why didn't you stay dead?
Why
Everyone
won't
thought
you
that
die?
Kaguya, like that the Sage of Six Paths was the most powerful being in existence in history, and here his mother was even more powerful and was even more evil.
Well, we went.
Well, I don't think she was evil. It was more
She became. She was.
the
grown-
power basically drove her.
Yeah.
She was good, but she was bad. The power went to her head, is what it sounds
and
like.
then we have her saying that she had both the Sharingan. She basically had all three: the
Byakugan and the
Sharingan, the Rinnegan, and the Byakugan. But she's only seen with maybe the Byakugan and the Rinnegan.
Well, she has the Tomi in the head, so that's about as close to the Sharingan as you're getting. Or, yeah,
So why doesn't the Byakugan transform into the Rinnegan?
because it
Because
can't.
they're just normal eyes.
You have no eyes.
But so is the Sharingan.
Sharingan has eyes.
It's not a debuff. There's nowhere to saying that the Sharingan is a debuff of a Rinnegan.
Basically, the Byakugan is just fucked. It should have never existed.
It's just Byakugan was made.
Well,
for
no, I'm
perfect sight.
sorry, but that's really is actual bullshit. Why wouldn't the Byakugan transform into the Rinnegan with special means, just as the Sharingan would?
Maybe
I
you
guess
need Uchiha and Senju DNA.
I guess because it came. I guess this is like a whole new set of eye. More so that came from Jubi itself. That the Sharingan was even born to begin with, and then the Sharingan alone was probably born because it keep getting separated into like different heritage. It's like, okay, first we got to get rid of myself, so we go to Rinnegan. Then we got to get rid of that Rinnegan to powerful eyes, and then we get rid of that powerful eyes, and then we go all the way to Sharingan. So who to say if Sasuke would marry some normal girl, what kind of eye you would get? I have no idea.
And also, it's heavily implied that Naruto could get the Rinnegan too if he implanted Sasuke's DNA in him, and he doesn't have the Sharingan.
Yeah, he doesn't have-
he hasn't been given the Uchiha DNA.
I know,
yet.
but it never says you have to have the Sharingan to unlock the Rinnegan.
You know. They never explain.
Screw
nor
this.
They they never explain, nor they have anyone else that's trying to be from a different side. Because we always get an Uchiha doing I need that Hashirama cell, and then I'll get Rinnegan. You know what I mean? It's never like the other way around. It's like, what do you need if you're Senju already? I need his eyeballs, or I need his body.
I
need you
like the
inside
way you
me.
said that. I need his body.
He needs to get inside
God, that
me.
sounded really. That
I know.
sounded. That explains Orochimaru. I
There
need
you
his
go.
body.
I need his body.
Well,
Because, that Sharingan isn't hexed or anything, and this jutsu could come back to backfire. No, I'm going to do it early.
The seriousness of your voice just got me. It's just like, I need his body.
His body is mine.
Man, glad I got that one recorded. I'm gonna like make out a Rito. I
What's
need
gonna
his
happen?
body. Hi, Grandma.
Now that we've talked about it, what's going to happen to Orochimaru?
He's gonna sleep dream, and he.
Sasuke's gonna kill him again.
Oh, God. So all this time we brought back Orochimaru just to get killed again by the same guy in the same way. It's like, okay, you're pointless in a way.
Kishimoto did it with Neji.
Right, yeah, but this is Orochimaru, a recurring character for quite a while actually.
Oh man.
I guess the idea that if Orochimaru came back should not be too much of a surprise because his farewell death was underwhelming at the very least. I mean, come on, haha, I'm back. Oh crap, I got hit by that sword. It's still not gonna. Oh wait, I'm being sucked in, and that's it.
Oh god, that's the closest he came to
With
using
my
the
final
almighty
breath,
push.
I curse Zoidberg.
and then
Zoidberg.
Kishi had the courtesy to freaking give us hope with one white snake running away. Give us the next shafter. Oh, that snake died. It's like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's in a way it was actually underwhelming. And then he came back, and now we have second chance to make a good farewell end. I hope.
Well, but you guys agree with me that you don't like. There's never really anything specifically saying you need the Sharingan to get the Rinnegan, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I just know you need Sharingan and you need a Hashirama cell or Senju cell. Then
I just said we don't need it.
oh, sorry.
You need you need the reincarnation of Uchiha from the Uchiha side, and you need the reincarnation of the Senju side.
Yeah, well, Orochimaru doesn't know that because obviously he's too full.
Right, but like I'm just saying that in the book, there's no place where it says you need both the blood and the eyes of an Uchiha that was reincarnated of the brother, and combine it with the Senju of the reincarnation of the other brother.
I think. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that. To be honest, that's not really true anymore when you think about it. It's just coincidence that it was Hashirama that gives you the Rinnegan, because you just happen to get the reincarnation dude.
Coincidence or plot convenience?
Both.
Got it. Plot
Maybe.
Convenience.
Yeah, well, you could go plot convenience. I do wonder who are the other reincarnations. They're implying there's way more than just them. I want to know the other guys. Like, pretty much.
When he died, the
Hagoromo.
Oracle told me that he would return.
I think Hashirama and Madara are like the second last reincarnation, and the newest one is obviously what we have. There might be more, but we're never gonna see them, or maybe we get mentioned. Who knows? Depends on Kishi. Maybe he want to mention them because he's always a guy who don't want to leave not one tiny plot missing device. It's like, I forgot to fill this in. I'm gonna explain it. But like, oh, you don't need to. You just Nana says, I'll explain it.
Okay.
Yeah, because that is how. I mean, this is the guy that says this year will be Kakashi year, and then 2 years later, my God, I write so many stuff. Now it's finally the time.
I guess I'm just saying that everything seems like so much of a stretch to try to explain it that it basically just comes down to it had to be this way, otherwise the story would never go forward.
In certain case, it seems that it's the way.
It's always the question of why didn't Sasuke destroy Konoha when he had the chance when nobody was there?
Because he didn't feel like it.
Wait, you talk about
it didn't feel like an accomplishment. I didn't feel like I'm accomplished.
What?
Well, okay, put it this way. Maybe Sasuke would have done it if two things. One.
Okay, what are the plot convenient two things that prevented him from doing it?
I mean, like when
I met my brother.
No, well, yeah, that was the main plot of convenience, but I think it was more so on the Naruto part. Fine, I'll kill you because you are such an asshole, and I just want you to die. Then I'll kill your village. Would that be okay? That's the reason.
I don't know. If I was Sasuke and I really wanted to torture Naruto, I would have destroyed the village first. I've now destroyed everything you hold dear.
Oh, what
will you do now? Will you become corrupted like me? Like, Like,
So
if I really was like Sasuke, I probably would have been trying to, like, show Naruto that he could be just as bad as me. Like, what happens when you lose everything? You're no better than me.
I
you want to mess with me?
like how Sasuke says that you don't understand me.
You understand!
Could you understand?
I'm that stupid.
And Gaara's like, excuse me?
You don't understand.
Wait,
Could
come here,
you
Sasuke. Come here.
understand?
What the fuck did you say? Nobody understands? Hey, at least you had parents that loved you.
That is true.
You know? Mine wanted to kill me.
They want to kill me because that's the way they are.
They ruined my life and they wanted to kill me for it. They blamed me
Hell.
because they screwed up.
Even
Well,
if
except for my mother. Except for my
Yeah.
mother who actually did love me, but she died in childbirth. My father, on the other hand, fuck him.
and he still managed to try to make it all nice to figure it out that the person that tried to kill me tells me, oh, he volunteered that plan. Actually volunteered because he wanted to be dead by me. So in some form of way, it makes my story less fucked up.
And my brother and sister, oh, don't get me started on them. I don't even think they really like me. I think they're just afraid of me.
You know, a lot of people keep saying why Obito is not doing the apologies to Sasuke.
Huh.
It's because Obito is the assistants, not the main, not the what's that word I'm looking for? Okay, you know, you have a planner and you have the he's not the mastermind, or he's not behind this thing. You know, it's kind of like, oh, he has a bunch of soldiers. They should be apologizing to them before going jail. But like, no, it should be that dictator because he's the one that assigned them, and they just assist them. Yes, they're still bad, but I'm just saying the one you want to look at the most is the dictator or the leader of it. So again, this was Itachi's fault. It's not Obito just got assisted. Obito is the assistant guy. He's like, you know, I'm gonna kill all the Uchiha. It's like, why? Because the Danzo told me to do that, and this is for the sake of peace. So how about you help me? That's Itachi. This is all Itachi. This is not Obito. This is all Itachi's fault. Even though you know he doesn't want to do it, but the idea is this is all still on his. The blood is on his hand, pretty much. All blood.
Yeah.
What color are his hands now?
You can't really try to ask for forgiveness on Obito. I mean, you could, but again, the real main guy to hate on is Itachi, regardless. I'm just only defending on the Obito part, like why Obito should talk to Sasuke for, in a way. I mean, you could talk to him and say, "Oh, my bad for helping Itachi to kill every people that you love," but you know, sorry.
My bad.
Sasuke.
Honestly, he has more fault with Naruto's side of the family. The idea of trying to
Sasuke.
kill, with the idea of trying to kill Naruto, the idea that he pretty much he directly killed Kushina, ruined Konoha. So yeah, I think he has more fault than the Uchiha massacre.
But the Uchiha, we're still gonna raise a coup against Konoha, so
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's not really Obito's fault for that. It's just the way it is.
yeah, well I still blame like Sasuke for not taking that into consideration whatsoever.
Yeah, I know that's his fault, and pretty much Itachi pulled a big boss moment. So there you go.
What does Itachi want? I'm Sasuke. What does my brother Itachi want me to do? Because I'll do whatever he wants me to do. Well, Sasuke, I did all of this and became the villain so you can have a normal life and be happy and find something worth living for. So you can find love and happiness. And you want me to take revenge for your death? No, I didn't say that at all. I just want you to live a normal. Okay, brother, I will do exactly what you want me to do. No, come back here, you son of a.
I mean, the only fault you could say is having Obito take Sasuke into his hand and talk to him and make him join. Well, not make him, but give him the idea. You should go against Konoha. I mean, technically speaking, that is sort of true, but still, point is,
Plot convenience.
yeah.
Any other plot inconvenience things or plot inconsistencies that we like to make track of?
The whole
Mm,
Makingekyo Sharingan.
the
Well,
whole
that-
the whole internal Mangekyo Sharingan never lived to the hype.
Yeah.
But then we also have the whole
I mean,
Makingekyo Sharingan
go-
can somehow form at any point in time. It doesn't have to have any
Oh yeah.
specific. If Sasuke was a kid, he could have actually activated right off the bat if he had Sharingan when he was a kid or whatever.
Yeah.
Could have had
First, to start out,
Makingekyo Sharingan.
yeah. First, Itachi explains that you have to kill your best friend in order for it to activate it. So we always thought that maybe like Itachi killed his best friend to do it, like drowned him. But then again, like some people say that like maybe Shisui actually
Drown him.
purposely said, "Drown me, Itachi, drown me," you know?
Just kill me now.
Yeah. And then the rules change. It says, okay, well, you don't exactly have to kill your best friend. You just have to kill anybody that's close to you. So he says, okay, I'll kill you, Itachi, and gain it. All right.
And then, yeah.
Then again, like he didn't exactly kill Itachi. Itachi kind of just dropped dead.
So it goes into more the second one.
Yeah.
the
So
third
and
one.
then it goes like, well, now you don't need to kill anybody. You just have to witness something really tragic that is a big loss to you. So you could have had your puppy ran over, and you still would have unlocked it.
Sorry, that sounds
A
too dark.
dog. And then,
My dog!
Well,
My dog! How dare you!
maybe just maybe if I don't know, Toby Rama would like to share that information before everybody start killing for power. It's like you could just tell them, just keep awakening them as long as you have the perfect love. Because if you don't have a good love, then you just end up killing them, and you're pretty much decreasing population. Then again, this is Toby Rama we're talking about. So maybe
The
he
guy
wants
who
all the
made almost all jutsu,
the
but didn't
whitest
perfect
white
them.
guy. And they,
maybe.
the whitest white guy in the anime. He might as well be the leader of the KKK with the way he talks. The Uchiha are bad. We must destroy them.
I regret
Or at least
that
isolate
for killing
them.
The way how he says it really makes him very, very dick. I
How
was like,
dare you,
come-
you jerk! Well, he
He's
was part of the war that Harashima was a part of. So I mean, it's respectable that he would have that sort of opinion
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
because his
'Cause
brother
he did-
was killed by one of the.
They got the brothers was literally got massacred by the Uchiha. There was like what 5 of them, just pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah. That is,
So he was a lot less.
it almost felt like race war without being racial, which
Yeah.
that seems like that was the approach, much like how they did
And
with
people
One
fight
Piece.
over what's in the
Fisherman
box.
and Fisherman.
How much is in the box? How much
And then
can I get
even
for what's
then,
in the box?
Tobirama didn't actually have any absolute disdain for the Uchiha.
He doesn't, but still.
Well,
knows
he
they're
didn't.
a
He didn't. He doesn't hate them, but he doesn't trust them. I guess is what he's.
Yeah, the trust is destroyed. The hate is not there. It's just the trust is like, it's like look, I don't want to
That's
have.
why I still gave him power, but he didn't give him like absolute power. He gave him
Right. I mean, for Christ's sake,
the
yeah.
attack force or whatever,
Oh,
the police force.
yeah, just to keep us civilians. So that doesn't help. That's pretty much saying, don't worry, we'll try to protect you, even though we're kind of stalking ya, but no worries. So,
Anything else?
why was I talking about Toby Rama?
Other than the fact that all his jutsu are somehow perfected by other people.
Oh, well, yeah. No, I remember because I was talking about the whole. Maybe Toby Rama should have told them that not to kill each other because it's all about love.
Oh yeah, I somehow know why the Uchiha like become all evilish, better than the Uchiha know themselves.
Yeah,
There's
all we need now
stupid
is Tobirama pulling out a guitar. My brother, tell me what are we fighting for?
And that's
We
another thing.
got to
Pokemon
end
song?
this war. Yeah. We
That's
could
another thing.
love one
That's another.
another. Then Mario
That's
comes over and just like grabs the guitar and just smashes it.
Emotional.
that's another thing. The term love. Sorry, the term love. I wouldn't say they use loosely, but I would say they use in more different meaning in this series. So you gotta be aware of it. Not every time you see love has to be romantically. Just saying. This
Of cour-
applies to the latest. This applies to 675. That's what I'm trying to say.
And unfortunately, in a weird sadistic way, Tobirama is actually supporting Sasusaku because you only kill the ones you really, really love. They love
Actually-
too much.
No.
Actually, if you go by the editor notes and everything, you would argue it's actually going for Sasuke's Karen, especially how the editor note says like, "Oh my God, Sasuke sacrificed Karen and he becomes evil."
Evil.
Pretty much they're saying,
Evil.
pretty much they're saying if he sacrificed his love interest, then this guy is completely lost. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But if he kills this person and has no remorse,
But then Kishimoto comes back
okay.
and says like, let's just forget that ever happened. I'm sorry, Karen. All is forgiven.
You know what's
Oh.
weird?
What? Just like that?
Oh, hey.
You know what's weird? I just talk about Sasuke's Karen and somebody messaged me about Sasuke's Karen and reblocked my word. Very scary timing. Anyway, back to this.
Oh,
That was no seriously. Somebody reblogged my Sasuke's Karen post. That was
yay.
anyway. Point is, you should have told Eri Uchiha, but no, totally wrong. Probably because a dick inside. Probably still hate. Kind of like a business leader. It's like, oh, I don't hate this guy, but I'm gonna bury him.
So, anything else? There's a
Not
plot.
that.
The Edo Tensei, I guess what we were getting to, but that one's kind of small. That was just the whole. Minato came back with the Nine Tails, but no one else came back with their.
I already
Meijus.
explained that. I already explained
You
that.
already explained that. Oh, okay.
It still
Okay.
don't make sense, but whatever.
Well, could've been
It
worse.
still doesn't make sense.
You know,
but...
you know what? You know, is the only you could argue is not a retcon by saying nobody knows history, but the only retcon I could think of is Sayatobi being the strongest out of all four of them. But then all of a sudden we found out Hashirama's god of all shinobi.
You know what's funny? All four of them at one point have been called the strongest.
Isn't that the
They
whole?
are strong.
But isn't that the whole point of the like Hokage title? Is like the strongest, the wisest, and the best for the job.
But they are the strongest. If you're just gonna stay in your world, if you go outside world, well, that's a different story now.
Basically, the agreement should be the first four Hokage were awesome, and then Tsunade kind of ruined the system.
That's messed
Combo breaker.
That's
Combo
messed
breaker.
up. She was strong. Come on, don't say that now.
Oh, she's strong, but she hasn't done anything on their
Like-
level. It seems like.
Okay, so I'm guessing before you know the revival was gonna happen, I'm guessing Tsunade's like, I'm getting a good feeling Naruto would defeat Pain, and he would defeat Pain by making him revive everybody in this world. So you know what? I'm not gonna use the slug and save everybody. Just do the Shinra Tensei to the world. Go ahead. You told me is that you trying to
That
tell
one
me?
that was cool, but I mean, she hasn't been able to. Well, let's see. Minato took on the Nine Tails shortly. Okay,
Dude,
but he also took on
you do-
Obito without
well,
knowing it was Obito, and then he didn't know about the whole.
When you think about it, I mean, but everybody's still strong. The reason why Minato managed to be in the not an equal level as the whole Obito situation, but in a good level is because he did have the Kurama chakra inside of him.
Well, I'm talking about the first time he battled, is what I'm saying.
I guess so, Obito.
Obito, but when he didn't know it was Obito, just when he when the first time the Nine Tails attacked, or Kurama in this case, but the Nine Tails, because they didn't know the name back then, when the Nine Tails attacked the village, Obito, as disguise of the Masked Man, which Minato mistaken for Madara, took control of. That was another inconsistency.
What happened?
Control of Kurama. Now,
What about it?
Obito just did it with a regular Sharingan, but Madara had to do it with the Eternal Makingekyo
No, he didn't.
Sharingan.
They?
I think so. Yeah.
But I think that's the reason why what's his name? I think that's the reason why Madara said that in that panel and before he dies and meets Nagato, he was telling him he would teach him the Uchiha's Kenjutsu and all that stuff. So I guess that implies the controlling. I don't think it has to do with the Mangekyo Sharingan, the eternal one. I mean, I think you just need the Mangekyo Sharingan, period.
Or you could do it with a regular Sharingan. You just have to do it a certain way.
Yeah, you just have to
Yeah,
learn
no.
it, and pretty much
Because
Madara has
the
it.
closest thing to Sasuke did to suppressing was somehow getting into Naruto's mind. That
Yeah.
was weird.
I
Oh
remember
yeah, I can go into minds now.
No,
because-
stop! Don't come inside me.
that.
So that's what's inside you.
The Uchiha. We can go in anybody, but nobody can come inside us.
Yeah. I always hate
It's
it.
kind of
Always-
true. Well,
Oh, wait,
no,
didn't-
Ino somehow stopped Obito with her mind transfer technique for a short minute in time
That
when he was
pretty-
controlling the ten-tailed
I remember
beast.
that. He's like, oh
It's like-
crap, I got control. Boom. He just slammed. I think he slammed Juby to the ground because he just did it. He's like, oh crap, I lost my control.
Oh
Boom.
shit!
Someone just yanked my Nintendo controller out of my hand.
Man, I remember that. I was
But
that was
yeah.
kinda, that was surprising that she did it. I was like, holy crap, he's inside his
The
mind.
pinnacle of her career in the ninja world. I stopped the Biju for 5 seconds.
Yeah, but how you can't? Nobody can say that with a straight face besides her. Like, yep, I freaking had Juby control for
I
5
mind
seconds.
raped. Mind raped Madara.
It's something to brag about. I forgot what character did that. I forgot what other show did that. He's like he brag about one thing. It's like it's small. It's such a small moment, but since he did it, it is pretty big. I
I
forgot
know
what-
in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003, Michelangelo kept bragging about beating Raphael in
Oh.
the Nexus tournament after, and then he won that tournament too, and it was like, oh come on. And he won in the cheapest way. He didn't even fight Raph. Raph basically fought himself because all Mikey did was taunt. And then right as Raph ran into a wall, he got disqualified or something. It was like, what?
You're out of here.
Technically, that is fighting because he used his opponent's weakness against him.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm thinking another one. I can't think of anything else right now. I mean, there might be one, but I just think one. I can't think one right now. You pretty much said whatever.
Even a blind squirrel.
Can find a nut.
Yeah, even the most broken clock is right twice a day.
You know what's funny? We never got to see what could have happened if you just give Sakura one time to punch something with Kurama chakra. What exactly would happen?
Yeah,
Mass
whatever.
chaos.
I know, but like I
Mass
really
chaos.
I would
Yes,
have liked to
yes.
know how big of the damage would have been. It would have been
Oh, we
something
didn't
that
even see
She knocks the
Tsunade.
Earth out of orbit for like 1 second.
like I could imagine like I
We
don't know,
need
like, I
Superman
know-
to bring the Earth back to its rotation.
I mean, like I know Kishimoto art style isn't like that kind of way, but I could imagine he probably just do what One Piece do when something too extreme happen. It's just like the most craziest eyeball popping out.
Ah!
Like their eyeball would be so out of there.
Yeah, Luffy's eyes are surprisingly rubber when he gets hit pretty hard. At least
Yeah.
back when part 1, when he wasn't all godlike now.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about any character. They a lot of
Yeah,
characters
the
does that.
villains a lot of times when Luffy punches them, their eyes like.
Like
Oh,
I must have I admit the funniest reaction I ever saw is because it's something it just come out. I wouldn't say it come out of nowhere, but it is kind of funny and unexpected in a way. It's like you have Enel doing a lightning bolt to Luffy. He just eat it because he's a rubber, and
let's
then
just.
so pretty much you keep doing it, and then you finally get a reaction face like, "Oh shit, it doesn't work."
Yeah. Maybe
It's
we
like-
should all just agree that Sakura's punch would be Might Guy at 8 gauge stage 2.
I'm saying like I'm surprised
Punch
we never
craters
got
into someone. Punch craters inside of someone.
surprised-
Oh shit! Half my body just blew up.
I want her. I would. I mean, I don't know. Try and make an excuse. Just have her try to hit from the sky, and then you just see the crater of Earth get split in half. It's like,
The Kirby game where he splits the whole planet in two,
yes, that
breaking
one. I think he was
breaking
breaking a star.
breaking bricks.
I remember. I remember. I think he was breaking a star in half. I remember that.
Yeah, it's the pop star planet, and it's
Yeah.
just a breaking bricks competition, or in this case, breaking the planet competition. Punch the Earth. I can crack it all the way down its center. Ah, ha, ha, ha.
But yeah. Oh well. Maybe it would have been too scary to the point that we all probably think, my God, she would have beat Naruto in the Pope.
And we
Well,
going
Naruto
off from
was
plot
afraid after-
inconsistencies.
Yeah, sorry, we have no more actually, so we're done.
Yeah.
If anyone, I guess we could look at comments and then maybe continue this later.
All
or
right. So,
whatever.
like, if you guys have any more plot inconsistencies that you managed to think of, or you have a question about something, I guess we can come back. Unless if we can't answer it in the the comments section, we'll make another video about this one. So, we'll try to.
Yeah, if people participation, anything that would seem like a inconsistency. Basically, the biggest one has always been the Rinnegan from the book.
Yeah,
This point.
the Rinnegan has always been it has been the number one plot convenience ever. It always has that special jutsu that it takes on the principles of a Sharingan. It always has that one special ability that just so happens to work at this certain situation right when it needs to. And
It's
the rules
like, you
always
need to do
change
that
depending on who
move.
has it.
Sasuke magically gets the third Tomy after he accepts Naruto as his equal.
Well, I think it was explained by something. I forgot where I
It was
found
explained
it.
by something that counteracts something else that was said some time ago.
Well, I'll give it one thing.
We still
The
have yet to.
whole-
We still have yet to. We actually do have a moment where Madara's like, you can only use the Susanoo if you have both eyes, and yet he has no eyes and he can summon it.
that part would never leave me behind. I'm like,
Why?
I get some explanation, but it's very vague that I still don't believe it yet.
There's no explanation. It was
Well-
just Kish screwed up there. It's like,
Yeah,
oh crap, we put him in an unpredictable amount
like-
of pressure.
he's probably saying to himself, "Crap, I forgot he has no more eye." Whatever. I'm pretty sure nobody won't notice.
No one will remember
We
what I
did.
said.
Well, actually, it's
I'll be
Senju. It's the nature chakra where he can sense.
I'll-
So it's basically like having eyes without eyes.
I'll be
What?
I'll be surprised if he actually does explain it, and it could happen like much later. I mean, it's
In
funny
the
that
dream
he
world.
managed. It's funny that he managed to explain the Obito. He's trying to control Obito, which I thought it was a part of the half of the Senju stuff, but it ends up being the heart. So I got it wrong. So who would have thought that would have got explained, even though that was way back in the past, and it actually made Obito say, "Haha, you went to my trap card. We use Kakashi. You hit my heart. You destroyed the heart. You know why? Because I won't be controlled. I'm going back to the real world and becoming a Jinchurukin. See ya." So pretty much, you could argue that Obito did that on purpose.
Actually, that could explain why he had such limited access to the Rinnegan as well.
Hmm. It's
Huh.
you know it's also
What?
I don't know how up to this point he was resisting Black Zetsu, but for Rito Tensei, somehow Black Zetsu can get the best of me there.
Wait. Oh, no, wait. But wait. But Black Zetsu never
Or
showed up.
not Ito Tensei, but I mean
I
the
know. Wait.
revival technique.
But Black Zetsu.
Yeah, Black
No, let me
Zetsu
see something.
switched. Obito was going to use the Rin or whatever, the ability to revive whoever he killed or whatever.
No,
And then,
yeah, I know.
and then Black Zetsu, oh, sorry, can't let you do that. And then he forces it to Madara. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
How'd
I
that
guess
happen?
and that Black Zetsu gives you the idea that he could literally control a body rather than like, I gotta learn how to do this. He could literally control everything about it. So he could
And
do
then we get
with Breeze.
there's just like two more, I guess. How did Black Zetsu get onto him if he was given the white Zetsu? Can the black just
He
take
snuck
over?
up. He snuck up. He was.
I stole your white Zetsu and replaced him with myself.
He snuck under it though. He was waiting until the right moment.
And then
And-
just
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when what's his name? What's his name again? When Obito was doing the jujutsu to become Jinchuruken, he was not on the ground. He was in the top of Jubi. So Black
Yeah.
Zetsu cannot go through Jubi. Like, let me go through it. Rah, Dragon Fist. So he can't do that. He can't do that. But Obito was on the ground, so perfect.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then the only other one was that Madara plot hacks it at its full potential using Kamui without having any prior knowledge of using it.
I know I do it now.
Oh, hey, I could do it because I implanted the eye.
unless people would try to argue, well, because he has the other eye, the Rinnegan, it give him the quick ability to learn it. So there you go, he learns it. Which I think that's a little bit too much, but whatever.
I don't know. It's weird.
Just
Captain,
whatever.
I sense a high levels of bullshit.
Such high levels. It's
You know what's the answer to all this? It's because he's God.
because he's God.
You don't need explanation when it comes to this.
When it's
No, you
Madara,
do.
all rules get thrown out the window.
Because you're God. You could. God literally means defines all. I think that's what it means, if I recall.
Destroy us all.
actual normal
Destroy us all.
You could either save the world or conquer it. So that's Madara.
I changed my ways. You helped me see it. Really? No, being evil is just too much fun.
I think we're done though.
Yeah, so this is the end for this end blog.
Yeah.
It's the longest end blog we've ever done. These are usually under 10 minutes, but okay.
Well, we had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we went off on tangents again.
Sorry.
Till next time.